Oh, Penny. Impossible. Good morning. We'll start out with the heat map. Let me turn on Do Not Disturb. Yes, it was me. I think I just gave somebody access to my Google account. Oh, well. It was probably me from yesterday. I got to get set up. I had a phone call. That I had to take. Oh, let's see. Your boy bought SPYI yesterday. I think around $49.30 is what I paid. Yep, I got in. And I did it in my healthcare big cam. We'll do big cam here. I did it in my healthcare account. So, hold on one second. I am sending a update on the dog. Is little fuckers jumping up and down on furniture again. I'm happy, and yet she shouldn't be. I love that. Who's there? Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Okay, let's go over to TrendSpider. We'll go to our default workspace. I got Today is SOFI's day, by the way. We should be hearing about the court decision, the Supreme Court decision about student loans. Oh, come on. What's this? Why is that not working? Morning, Nolan. Nevin. Why I don't have my glasses on. If you didn't know, your boy's kind of blind a little bit for distances, and that's why I have a big 27-inch screen in front of me. I should take a picture of my setup here. But let's see. We're going to open up. I'm going to open up this. This is a video from TrendSpider. It's very good. Jason from TrendSpider goes over it. And it kind of outlines. We're going to put that over there. And those are all. Now let's do scans. X. We're going to put that down there. We're going to take this. X. Let's go back to scans here. Market scanner. I'm going to see which ones of the core portfolio. Wow, we got a lot that are buys in the 65-minute. I mean, look at Walmart. Putting in that range. Costco. Whew, in the 65-minute. Goldman Sachs. You know, is Goldman Sachs, let me see. Let's run the 4-hour on Goldman Sachs. Let's see. Goldman Sachs is, I mean, look at how low that is. I'll bring this up. this and put this. And Goldman Sachs looks juicy. Let me just look at the charts real quick. Apple's, Jesus, Apple, I mean, God. Amazon's under 130. I think Amazon under 130. I think you're fine with Amazon under 130. Again. I think that here, let's go from a long standpoint. If you look at Amazon and we bring this volume, I'm going to bring this to the last time it was really here. This is August 2022. The majority of people are still holding down here at 93. If you bring it back to its highs, let's see. Where are the majority of people holding? Look, I mean, you got a pretty good volume shelf right where it is. If you do pull back, it's 115. So I don't think it's a horrible thing. Boeing, we've talked about 200 being Boeing's up and over. Bank of America, I mean, just look at this one from a long-term perspective. I need to add more Bank of America. I just think that gap is providing you support at 26. You got the death cross there. Nothing to tell me, hey, buy it now, but I need to add more. Cleveland Cliffs, I mean, 1511, you're up at 1635. If we look at a long term on this one, you're just bouncing off the 200-day. That's all you're doing. It's kind of got confirmation back. Costco, we talked about. This one's just running. Disney, downgrade. At some point in time, you cover this gap. You do. Devon, I probably should go small boy on this. Devon Energy. Energy's going to come back. I got a note about Devon to bring up today. Google. Dom kind of trades. If you're a listener, and I hope you are, I've said Shopify. Shopify is your support level is here at 53, 60. I was telling people at this $48 before these earnings. I said Shopify is just it's going to be a monster, and it's getting back to 70, and you're trading at 65. I don't think long term you're hurt by Shopify at 65 right here. But I would still say, look at that. You're still not at your 200 days at 77. So good companies, good management, good earnings. These guys will start making bank again. Look, 11 cents per share, 11 cents per share. This was thought to be a pandemic winner. I don't agree with that at all. I think Shopify is just a winner. I mean, it's the Amazon of small business. You can set up a website and you don't pay Shopify a shit ton of money like you have to pay Amazon. So I like it. I mean, it's in the core portfolio. Roblox under 40. PXD, I hope you got this one under 200. Because, well, I shouldn't say I hope you got it. I'm pretty sure you're going to have another shot at getting in under 200. But let me see this. Move to trash. Boom. Open up OBS again. But Dom kind of trades. Yeah, Shopify, you're fine. I mean, if you want to trade it, trade it. Your boy here owns it, and I own it at several price points. I think my average purchase price is somewhere around 53. But if you look at long term, I will tell you, I bought this one back here at 114 equivalency. I bought this one up here at 150. I did not get rid of it. I bought more, I think, at about 80 right here. I bought more right here at about 39. And then I bought some right here again at about 39. So I've been adding to that. It's in a retirement portfolio. So, but yeah. Okay, let me pull up my notes again. I just think the grade 8 morning, Sherry. I think the grade 8 are just ones you can't. Do I have Netflix? And I don't have Netflix in the core portfolio. I need to add Netflix in the core portfolio. If you didn't see Netflix yesterday, I think it was up by 4 or 5%. Let's see. I need to add to that in the core investments. Yes. The grade 8, so you know, are Meta, Google, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, and Microsoft. Whales, Charles. Woo-hoo. What's my buddy from Wales? Chap. Is chap too English, or is that Wales as well when you call your buddy chap? A good chap. I don't know. I am Irish, but by the way, my grandfather, I believe, just outside of Dublin, immigrated through Ellis Island. So my father is first generation American. Yeah, let's do some scans. Market scanner. I was looking, just so you guys know, and I think you can see the bottom right here. Yeah, I'll scroll down here through this. These are the stocks in the core portfolio: Google, Tesla, Moderna, Cost, VOO, Goldman Sachs, Snowflake, SPG, PanW, WMT, XOM, MPLX, XLY, Devon, Netflix, Boeing, Cleveland Cliffs, Microsoft, Apple, and PXD. Those are the ones that are currently buys in the 65-minute algorithm. Mate, I think that's what my friend says, mate. Yeah. Let me see. His name is, I will tell you. He's on YouTube and Instagram. Instagram, let's see. It is Steven. Oh, hold on. I gotta look up my account. Following. Let's see. I want to say. Yeah. Stephen Reed. He is Ireland, UK. Might as well. You know what? Share this profile. Oh. Here. Copy profile URL. Charles, meet Stephen. Tell him your buddy Gary sent you. I don't know him personally. I just know him from YouTube, a great creator on YouTube. I like his videos. But yeah, what you're seeing is this is all of 65-minute. Let's go to the 4. And morning, Joe. I forgot to say good morning. We're going to do this scan. Snowflake. It was way up yesterday. Apple. Okay, here's what you have to know about Apple. At 189, 190 is a $3 trillion company. First one in America, I think in the world, but $3 trillion company. On momentum alone, this will reach 200. Just, I mean, look at the, I talk about it all the time. I say we, but I talk about it all the time. Confirmation. This thing has barely touched the 9-day in the last 2-3 months. Ever since it touched the 9-day here, it broke it here, February 27th. February 27th, it touched the 9-day on a weekly. Ever since then, I mean, let's see. I don't see it crossing the 9-day. It may touch it, but it doesn't cross it. March 13th is the last time it really crossed it, and it did it slightly with a green candle. This red candle isn't touching it. So March 13th, this thing hasn't touched it. So momentum will continue this run. And you'll see the button hook start to happen, but it'll hit 200. So is it a shame if you buy it here at 189? No, absolutely not. Because I think you'll have a chance to buy it. You'll hit 200. Moderna has a cross up, but this is just, is Moderna ready to kind of turn? We might as we'll put it in there. If somebody's in the biotech space and they want to risk it on Moderna, they can. Any energy names? Ooh, okay. We've got some energy names here. We've got this is the oil drillers, oil services, Halliburton, CVX, XLE crossed up, and ironically, KOLD crossed up. Boyle has been on a run. This is XLE. Let's go to the strategy tester. I want to see XLE. 79.80. This could be the turnaround for the it's right there on the oscillator. So I don't think it's got any kind of like huge move. 76 to 79. But interesting. I like it. KOLD. Is KOLD. Ooh. Look at that. Could come to this gap at 72. I mean, you're heading into summer. I like this one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay, let's look up levered ETFs, anything. Michael Hessler, Oxy, is on the docket. It is on the docket to talk about. It is on the docket because Buffett. Just look at SVXY. SVXY from 50. God. The VIX has not been doing anything. But Buffett added another $200 million. VOT. Is this a full stock market one? No, that's the mid cap. Mid caps and small caps, man. You know what? Let's do, and we're going to do SPYI. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going to do charting. And we're going to select symbols. We're going to say QQQ. We're going to do DJI. DIJ, I think it is. No. DJIA is covered calls. Dividend ETF. Is it DIA? Yeah. DIA. We'll do that one. And IWM. We're going to look at those four. Because look what's winning over 1 month. Okay, we're going to pull this here. And let's see if this pulls this up. Nope, doesn't do it. Okay. So we're going to have to do a screenshot of this. And we'll pull this over here. SPYI, QQQ, DIA, and IWM. Caps are winning over 1 month. And we'll take this. And we'll take that, and we're going to put this right here. Okay, boom, boom. We're going to do that. And let's see, does it F this up? Nope, doesn't F it up. Okay. 5 days. Look at the IWM over 5 days. That's what's crazy. Okay. So VOT. Let's look at spider sectors. XLE's in here. Is there anything else from X? The X's. XLRE. That's why DVN got a cross up. DRN. Yeah, if you want to see DRN, this is what's crazy. You're below the 200-day, and it's providing resistance. So even if you bought at 921 and you get to 950, it's not a super move. It's not 10%. But if you think that real estate is actually on the move, and you could cross that 200-day, the 50 days moving positive finally, that might be an opportunity for this one. I like it, especially when the spider sector kind of crosses up like that. Okay, my EV Go, oof. ARKW, I like that. ARKF. Those are two that I actually like in the ARK funds. Datadog, that's just run too much. Norwegian Cruise Line has a cross up. It's a secondary because there's no way Norwegian Cruise Line does not. Yeah, that's a secondary one. Here is, we'll bring that up. Realty Income. This is a REIT. We talked about it. See how low that one is? I mean, you know, what does this pay on 5%? So 1 year you're down 1 year you're down 13%. The target price is $69. You're trading at 60 while getting a 5% dividend. The most recent April upgrade from Scotiabank, $69 price target. That would be a good move just to get to that price target. Magnite, Lightspeed. Tanger Outlets is finally starting to pull back a little. Hold on 1 second. We got to look at this in the algorithm here. But 2150. You're coming off this 8% gain, which could have been much more. I mean, Simon Property Group just got the... Yeah, see, this one, I mean, pre-pandemic, this was a $16 stock. But Tanger Outlets are doing really well. Interesting one. Go back here. Micron. Yep. MU because they're XPEV, CCL. Got another cross up. I mean, this one, this is Carnival. And if you didn't buy Carnival at the $13 price after the earnings, shame on you. I didn't trade it. Not my thing. Don't take cruises. But if you take cruises, Sabre Technologies, boy, this one's an interesting one because it just hasn't done well. But with, look at Penn Gaming. We're going to put in Penn. We're going to put in RCL. We're going to put in, these are a lot of my names that I quote unquote trade. Teladoc. I mean, Teladoc has just been a loser. UPS, Marriott. Is UPS finally going to turn around to come back to this gap? Shippers just have a problem. We're going to put in UPS. What the hell? I've got too many to kind of name on the podcast today. So, but that's my own personal watch list. That morning, John. That I've got up there. It's not something I quote unquote share because it's not something you should. Golden. Oh, this is the Canadian goose. Yeah, Canada goose. DocuSign. I like DocuSign, man. DocuSign just hasn't gotten the love. It's just too expensive. Hood. Hood is an interesting one. I like where it's going. I don't like the service, but I like the it's not getting back to where it was. Wow, man. All of ARK funds had a huge day yesterday, too. Toast. I like Toast. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go to, I'm going to do the Dow 30, which I probably have already in this scan. Dow and, see, I'm not going to do Dow. Not Dow Inc. No. NASDAQ 100. This is going to have a lot. ASML. Melly, under the 200-day. Could get back over the 200-day. We'll bring up Melly. Because I do think that's the Amazon of South America. On semi, just run too much. Marriott, we talked about hotels and travel, just killing it. KLA Corporation, CSX, eBay, Datadog, which is just, there was a listener who brought up Datadog who said they use the product and it's amazing. I like it to go back over 100 if you want a couple of percentage points. Here, if you look at a long term of Datadog, you don't even have a 200-day, but you're kind of putting this in a resistance level up here at 100. But, I mean, again, back here at its highs, the volume shelf is right around where you're at. If you're going to give this up, you're going back to the 70s. I'm going to put it in. What the hell? I don't know much about it, but, from somebody telling me that's a really good product. Don't listen to a douche on the internet, though. S&P 100. Let's look. It was just too good of a day yesterday to not have a ton on cross-ups. Okay. And Michael, I will absolutely go over Oxy. You'll see a pretty good Oxy. Look at it. American Tower. Oof, this is back to real estate. Shit. Let me look at the weekly of this one. They pay you in dividends. I mean, just look at that. Doesn't have confirmation, but that's what you call a falling knife. In a bull market, you've got this much of a bearish signal. Divergence. Lindy. Texas Instruments. GE. I've went over GE Healthcare. Dow, UPS, and CBX. Okay, let's go back to strategy tester. We'll go 4 hour, and I'm going to go back to SPYI. You know what we'll do? We'll track IWM, because I think IWM has had quite a bit of volatility, and we'll look at a weekly on IWM, because you're just playing around this 200-day. I mean, 183, you're in this descending wedge, but you're between 164 and 194. But if you want to come back to this, I mean, 220. You've got here, if we pull this back pre-COVID, February 17th. See? The majority of people are holding up here at 219. And this one has underperformed from a long standpoint. If we go 1 year, look, you're underperforming. So what makes me think that, IWM doesn't necessarily come back from a 5-day standpoint? This one's good. From a 1 month standpoint, it's even better. It's outperforming everything. Okay. We're going to start off with that. Okay, forever hold your peace. I'm going to start the podcast now because it's 9:22. Good morning. If you are here, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed. I'm here every morning. What you're seeing is TrendSpider. This is my 4-hour algorithm. You'll see this is a weekly chart. But if I run this, essentially, the algorithm gives you entry points and exit points coming out of IWM. You're not in, but it just got you out with a 0.33% gain, which isn't great. But IWM doesn't trade all that well. So I want to start out with a weekly. Okay. Let us look at this. Good morning. It's Thursday, June 29th. We're coming to the end of the quarter. My Tesla, my friend Tesla, who's a Tesla employee, he actually just texted me and said, hey, we're coming to the end of the quarter. So I got on the phone with him. That's why I was a little bit late. Big news, TrendSpider. If you go over here to my my link tree down below and you click on this TrendSpider link, TrendSpider is having a 50% off sale. So right now, if you go to plans and pricing, you can get 50% off the Elite service right here, $390 a year. And you can get my algorithm. You can get my both algorithms, 65-minute and 4-hour. You'll get all my watch lists. You'll get everything. This is the July 4th sale. 50% is about the best deal that they run. It's the 4th of July sale. If you continue to listen and continue to watch, you'll see TrendSpider on, and I'll go over everything that it has. It's an amazing, amazing platform. Oh, by the way, it's got a free 7-day trial as well. So if you just click on it and you got this weekend off, click on this, sign up for 50% off. I'll send you a welcome letter with all of the links. It will import everything, the watch list, the algorithms, all of the scans that I do in the morning to try and find the bullish signals. All of that will be included. You'll get the welcome letter. You just got to send me an email. And how do you send me an email? Well, you send me an email right here on the link tree. It's over to the right. Anything that you need from me is on here. We got the private Facebook group. We got the Twitter. We got the Instagram. You got the link to TrendSpider. You got the link to Visible. Save $20 off your first month of phone service. And it's only $5. Try it out over the weekend. Here's the link to YouTube, the link to Spotify, the link to the newsletter. The newsletter is going out every day. Yesterday, I posted one. Let's see. Let's renew it. Yesterday, I posted one that my grade 8 stocks. And I bought Palantir. And I got stopped out of TSLQ. So free newsletter. It shows up in your inbox every day that the market is open. This weekend, I will have more paid content. The content this weekend will be on indicators that I use. It include videos. It will include links to any articles that I've read that I find interesting. As far as indicators go, the indicators that I use. It'll go over anything that the MACD. How did I set up my algorithm? And how can you set up TrendSpider? So it kind of goes in line. Sign up for TrendSpider, sign up for the paid newsletter, and you'll get, all of the benefits of everything that I have to offer. The Yankees pitcher last night, by the way, Domingo German, pitched a perfect game. If you don't know what a perfect game in baseball is, it means that he didn't walk anybody. It means that nobody got on base. It means that nobody got a hit. Absolute perfect game. Unbelievable. And he did it in Oakland, which sucks because I would have liked to see it happen in Yankee Stadium. But it happened in Oakland. Not a single walk, not a single hit, not a single run. Huge. But yeah. Yesterday's podcast on Spotify, I also asked if people learned anything while listening to this podcast. The goal of this podcast is not to give you triggers as to here's a stock, here's the price to buy it, here's the price to sell it. It is to teach you. So I asked people, did you learn anything when listening to this podcast? And there were overwhelmingly 90-something% said yes. There were a few that said no. If you are listening today and you answered no, I want you to tell me what I need to teach you, what you're not getting, what you're not understanding. I got an email from Sherry yesterday who said, hey, explain to me tax loss harvesting and writing things off. And she wrote back, thank you. Fantastic explanation. That's what I want. That's what makes me feel good. When I teach you something, it makes me feel good. I don't need a tip. If you're struggling through something and not understanding it, just send me a message. I'm not going to charge you for trying to explain something to you because that's the goal of this entire podcast, is to make sure that you're understanding stuff. So I looked at yesterday's heat map. You can look at the heat map right here. Microsoft up 0.38. Google went under 120, went back over 120, 156. What's Google trading at right now? Let's see, 120.25. So any reaction in the market is an overreaction. Tesla, I talked about getting out of TSLQ. Thank goodness I did, because Tesla was up 0.248%. Apple was up 0.63. Apple, I said it on on YouTube Live just about a minute ago or so ago. Apple is up 0.63. It's going to be, Apple will hit $200. Apple has enough momentum to hit $200. So I'll post this in the newsletter so you can see a little bit more about it. But what I want to go over now is IWM, which is the Russell 2000. If you don't know, I think 50% of this is unprofitable companies. They are small to medium cap companies. But we talked about all three indices before. We talked about SPYI. We talked about QQQ. We talked about DIA, which is the Dow Jones. And we talked about IWM. And I do these on Seeking Alpha to try and compare. Here's IWM's chart. You can see it's just kind of hovering around the 200-day. The death cross did happen here in March, where it kind of went down, and now it was using the 200-day as resistance level for almost the entire month of April and May. And then here in June, we started to take off a little bit. It's now using the 200-day as a straddle. It's in this descending wedge. It doesn't have an ascending wedge. You can see the Bollinger Bands are sinking, or kind of cinching up a little bit, indicating that it wants to go somewhere. And it doesn't tell you, does it want to go up? Does it want to go down? The RSI is in no man's land at 53, right in the middle. The MACD, right in the middle of the oscillator. It's kind of crossing up, but it's not necessarily a cross up. You got a green candle here. Where's this one going? Well, you've got volume levels. I pulled this back to just before the COVID, which it was trading at 162. You're at 184 right now. The volume shelf is between 173 and 178. The bottom part of this volume shelf is providing support at about 170. Where's the biggest holdings? The biggest people holding are up here at 220, between 220 and 225. Where does this one want to go? Well, when we take a look at this, this is a comparison of SPYI, QQQ, DIA, and IWM. IWM is up 4% in 1 month. QQQ isn't even beating IWM. IWM over 1 month is beating QQQ. When you look at 5 days, IWM is beating QQQ. When you look at 1 day, they're kind of, you look at these indices, 1 day really means nothing. But 5 days, up 1.65% on the IWM, up 1 month, 4% on the IWM, whereas QQQ is 3.73. 6 month is where this one kind of turns. IWM is only up 5%. QQQ is up 36%. SPY is up 13%. When you go to year to date, IWM is up 6.53. QQQ 37. SPY 14%. Dow Jones is just lagging. It's just lagging. It's not doing anything. When you go to 1 year, IWM is up 6%, QQQ 28, Dow Jones is up 9. So IWM is underperforming there. Where do I think IWM is going? Well, right now, it's the one that's moving the fastest. Look at that one. It's moving from 3rd place, 4th place, all the way up to 1st place. That's over 1 month. So in my mind, when I look at TrendSpider and I see this volume shelf right here and I see this volume shelf right here, I think this one starts to get a magnet up there. I think we're moving up. I'm not putting money in. I'm a tech investor. IWM, I have plenty of friends who just buy and forget this index. It's an index that is the small and medium cap. It's the Russell 2000. Do your research. Understand it. But I do suggest that you keep an eye on IWM and some of the companies that are in it. Now, I want to talk about TrendSpider. They posted this. Jason from TrendSpider posted this great video. And I'll post a link to it in the newsletter. But it's a video about, is the semi-rally running out of steam? History might suggest otherwise. I tell you guys all the time, I do not use the extent of what TrendSpider can do. This is an example of what TrendSpider can do. What I don't use it for, I do pay for it, but I don't use all of the powers that be in TrendSpider. And so that video will absolutely, I think it'll blow your mind. I think you can buy SOXL. We talk about XOXL is the semis, and it's a bull 3 times levered. Right now, you're using the 200-day. It's gone over the 200-day. It's got this gap here between 19 and 1992. Just got you out of a 53% gain. I think it's going on another one. And just based on the TrendSpider video there, this is one that I'm going to look at today, maybe getting into. The MACD has not crossed up. Look at that. The RSI is still moving down. But I do think at 20, I think you've got some room to grow here. If we pull this back, and this, since it's a triple levered ETF, the volume shelves that I like to look at are a little bit closer than a long-term kind of stock chart. So let's pull this to where it gapped right there. And you can see we'd probably be putting in a support level here at about 22. So at 23, I don't think it's bad. The next leg up is 25. Take a little percentage. I mean, I don't think you're getting 50% on it again, but I do think if you get back up here to this top of this MACD and it crosses back up, I think you can play that one. I like it. Tax losses. I told you Sherry emailed me about tax loss harvesting and stuff. I want to make sure that everybody knows. Her question was, hey, can I only take $3,000 in losses? Remember, this is a big difference. Brokerage account versus retirement account. Retirement account, you can trade whatever you want. You can't write off losses in a retirement account. So it's good to keep your stop losses pretty tight on trades that you're doing in your long-term portfolio. I will tell you, I posted something in the private Facebook group last night. There's a big difference between investors and traders and investors and gamblers. And, hey, long-term wins. Long-term absolutely wins. But tax loss, I'm talking about brokerage accounts today. This is after-tax money. You've already paid the money that goes in there on taxes. You have an option. 1 year is your option. 1 year is considered a long hold. Under 1 year is a short hold. Short for tax loss harvesting, short needs to be written off against short. Long needs to be written off against long. That's why I tell you it's better to be long. Buy good companies that have good products and good management and good earnings, and you can hold them long and not worry about a 10% pullback. You just start adding to that position. But once you get long, you can start actually taking money out and only paying 15% in taxes. Now, what happens if you have a big loss on a short-term trade? Well, you take that short-term loss against a short-term gain. So your portfolio should be set up to have some short gains with some short-term losses so that you can get out of them. But it's always to make sure that you have gains. The long term should be written off against the long term. So when you have 1,000% gain, like you have in Apple for many years, 1,000% gain, you can write that off against maybe some of your long-term stuff. Maybe BABA didn't work out. So, again, that's kind of the thing. If you have any questions on tax loss harvesting, I would suggest Google, Bard, ChatGPT, something like that. To specifically nail it down to your specifics. If you want other things, check with a tax professional. But overview, I can give you an overview of it if you'd like. Brandon is bringing up, and I do have in my my notes to bring it up. This one is unbelievable. Brandon and Keith in the Facebook group have gotten into this one. It's unbelievable. I mean, back here at 5, Brandon was saying, I think it's taken off. It crossed up. Remember, you just got out of a 25% gain on the algorithm here, which could have been like a 30 or probably almost a 50% gain up here at 7. Yeah, I have no words. It's got all the confirmation in the world at 1360. I probably wouldn't buy in at this point, but IONQ, let me look. IONQ, I don't even know what these guys do. It's a technology computer company, super micro cap, $2.6 billion. They're losing $71 million. They have plenty of cash on hand. It's up 286% year to date. It is up 176 over 1 year. The average target price is $9.25, but do not let that get crazy, because that comes from 2021, where Goldman put a $28 price target on it. Ever since then, it's been 9 and 7, so it's not covered very heavily. Now, you do have a ton of sales in May. When this got up to $10.52, these fuckers started selling. So you got $2 million. Now, you even have this sale back in December from the chief scientist who sold $6 million. The CTO sold $6 million at $4. September, they were selling at $5. So have your stop losses tight. Let my experience on TSLQ be a guide. Do not sit there and wait for a 50% pullback. Start trimming. Start adding to it if you'd like. If you're in it, because you can take those smaller gains. If you're not in this, I wouldn't suggest getting into it without some major research. Understand that, yeah, it's great. I think it's a great trade, and high five on that one. And Brandon has been super generous to Penny's back fund. By the way, just for full disclosure, Penny is back to normal. We got the X-ray stuff back yesterday. It looks like it's muscular, not skeletal, which is good news for both my pocketbook and Penny. But Penny is jumping up on furniture. Penny is annoying the hell out of Daisy right now. Penny is just back to her annoying self. Everything is normal. Let me take a drink of water. So IONQ, by the way, in the algorithm, Over 2 years, you make 433%. Buying and holding the actual stock, you made 22%. I mean, take a look at the long term on this one. It's a falling knife. Are you getting back up here to 19? Maybe. I mean, it absolutely could. You're losing 14 cents per share. You're losing more money than you were before. So I don't know. I mean, it just seems extended to me. But yeah, and Brandon, thanks again for the generosity. SGTX. Do you want to see this one today? We're up 526%. This was up as much as 800% today. Just this candle alone, the high is up to $28 pre-market. I think it was closer to 31, 32. So it's come down a little bit. Eli Lilly is buying this for $300 million. So the shares, again, any reaction is an overreaction to the upside and to the downside. I don't know the per share price that Eli Lilly is paying, but I'm sure you can research that on FinViz SG if you're interested in playing this one. Kind of like the Microsoft Activision deal, which is announced at $95. Activision's trading in the low to mid 80s right now. This is kind of the same thing. This company's not making money, so a premium is going to be paid on it. Now, I want to tell you that remember the news about PXD maybe being bought by Exxon, and I said PXD is a good one. Let this be a lesson. That one, it went up 500% in a day. I don't think PXD would go up 500%. It's not a biopharma. PXD is making money. My guess is the average sale price for PXD might be around $280, but it's an opportunity to get in there. That's the thing. Zephin sent me from StockTwits, which, by the way, has a great newsletter. If you're interested in subscribing, just send me a message and I'll send you over the link for it. But StockTwits comes out after the market is closed, and it's a great newsletter to get in. They put a note in DVN, Oxy. Let me change these real quick. Put an S in there. So 4 stocks: Devon, DVN, Oxy, MRO, which is Marathon Oil, and CVX, which is Chevron. For those who weren't paying attention today, the U.S. reported a draw of 10 million barrels of oil in a week, beating the estimate by 5 times, meaning we pulled out 10 million barrels per day more, 10 million barrels per week more than we did the previous week. Buffett is buying oil long, as are bulls, in a expected supply crunch in the U.S. this fall. Emergency funding will have to be poured into U.S. oil because the SPR, the Strategic Oil Reserve, Strategic Petroleum Reserve, has already been drained so much. Buckle up. That's from StockTwits last night. Now, Oxy, if we go over here and we look at Oxy, again, PXD, I think is a great buy. Oxy under 60, I think is a great buy. Oxy's up today. This is a company that's trading at 6. Forward times earnings is 10. Their average target price is $70. Buffett's buying at about 60. Buffett bought yesterday. Looks like 84 million, 85 million yesterday. I'm sorry. And then, about 80, maybe 80. Looks like 36, 115 million, 120 million over 3 days. 120 million. Average share price, 57 bucks. Let's go over and look at Oxy. Your boy owns Oxy. I think I'm at about $58, so I'm not doing as well as Buffett. I don't own $1 million yet. But Oxy got you out yesterday with a 1.8% loss. Or I'm sorry, this is OLD. I'm sorry. Your boy ain't typing very well. It's at 58.28. It got you in yesterday, 57.23. I know I brought it up. Buy it at 57. I think you can buy it at 58. It's going above 60. Oil is a long play. Oil is not a short play. Oil is a long play. You could lose money in this. I'm sitting on the dividend. I'm sitting on Oxy. It's a long hold for me. It is at least 1 year. We saw UCO go up from, we got this, did we get a buy? No, we got a sell. But we saw yesterday, it opened at 22, went to 23. Today you're at 23.33, up 1% on UCO. So, hey, I think it's a good opportunity here. What did I buy yesterday? Did I buy lunch yesterday? Hold on, let me see. What did the newsletter say? Yesterday I bought. Guess I did not buy. Let me see. Oh, I bought Sedge. I bought Sedge yesterday. I bought two. Sedge I bought because I think this one's going to 300. Today this one's down 0.49. I think I got in at 257. So it's at 256. Would have liked it at 251, but I got it down. That yellow line that you're seeing is 300. I got in on this one. Small buy. I'll add more if it continues to go down. I think this is back to a $300 stock when we get kind of a little bit more clarity on, you can Enphase. It's solar. Enphase is the same thing. Here, look at the long term of Enphase. If we go weekly, I think Enphase is a good company. You're just bouncing off the 200 day, 152. Do you get back up here to 300 at some point? Good company, good product, good earnings, good management. They're making a bunch of money. So I like that one. Sedge, on the other hand, I think this is a short-term play. I just like it going up and down over 300. If we look at a long-term on this one, we look at a weekly, you're just at the 200 right here. You're just at the 200. So last time it was at the 200 day, it hasn't even been at the two. I mean, it just started its 200 day in 2019. Hasn't been this low. Oh, I'm sorry. It was October 2022 at its lows, but it got back to 300. You'll be back to 300. So I bought a little bit yesterday. I'll buy more as it goes down, but Sedge is at 257.27. I like Sedge. The other one that I bought yesterday, and I bought this in my healthcare savings account, was SPYI. This has a 12% dividend. It is a covered call. This is like JEPQ, JEPQ, JEPI, all of those covered calls. And I will start a covered call index on TrendSpider so that we can scan for those as well. But I bought this, I think, at $49.50. It's at $49.33. I'm not too worried about it losing it. $49 is kind of the bottom here. But if I make 12% and say it just stays even, I get a 12% dividend. Make 12% in a tax advantage plan, healthcare savings account, where I don't have to pay taxes as long as I take it out for medical purposes. So I think I bought a couple $1,000s worth of it. Hey, it'll sit there in my healthcare savings account, making 12%. I like it. A couple of juicy ones that I saw in the core portfolio. Goldman Sachs at 321. This one's kind of turning around. I saw it at 321. It is up 2% today. I think you're going to get back above this 200 day at 334. Banks have a problem. This was just oversold. The RSI got way down to 31. Your MACD's about to cross up. So if you want to buy it before it actually crosses up, I think you can at 321. I think this is a long-term hold. I think you got at least 10% in this over a year. Goldman Sachs, its book value, if you guys have been around a while, when the banks were going through some stuff, I talk about the book value here. The book value is 308. If a bank ever dips below its book value, buy it up. Bank of America, their book value is 31. It's 28. Buy it up. Long-term, buy it up. They got some write-offs. I think you'll be fine. Goldman Sachs looks juicy. The other one that I noticed in the core portfolio is Amazon. I think Amazon under 130 is an absolute buy. Does it come back here to 108, 109? Maybe. These guys are selling off assets. They don't have a demand problem. They have a cost problem. They're selling all of their some of their warehouses. They are in AI. It's a good company. Under 130, I think, is a good buy for Amazon. Andy Jassy is doing things quietly. The FTC wound up announcing a second suit against them. It's fine. All banks tested yesterday. They passed their minimum capital requirements. That's why you're seeing the banks up today. Bank of America is up 2%. Goldman Sachs up 2% in our core portfolio. Let's see. I own Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley is up. Let's see. Morgan Stanley is up 1.8%. JP Morgan, which I don't trade just because these guys had so much to do with the Epstein stuff. JP Morgan is up 2%. Wells Fargo, which I own. Under 40, get this one. Under 40, it's up 2%. Citibank, or as South Park says, Shitty Bank. This one's up only 0.52. It's under its 200-day. I think banks are fairly safe. If you want to trade the regional banks, DPST, this one is up 6% today. It basically, yesterday, the low was 51.30. It jumped to 54 in after hours. Right now, it's at 56. Doesn't have confirmation, but I do think that you have an opportunity to get into the 60s on this one. I think some of the news that the banks have been saying is good. It's temporary. This is a triple levered ETF. Wait until Powell comes out and says something else broke in the banks. You'll see this one back down around 50. Buy more. I think you're trading between this $50 and the $70. But you can absolutely trade this one on a shorter time frame, I would suggest. The one that I do recommend buying that I think is a $60 stock, absolutely, is Schwab. We just had the cross up here at $55.46. I own somewhere closer to about $50. I said when it dipped under 50, you should absolutely buy it. I bought a small lot of it, not huge, just a very small lot. One that I've been saying, hey, this one was this reaction was an overreaction when the SEC sent them a notice and it was going to cover this gap. Well, it covered the gap. It's up above its 200-day. The continuation of the covering of the gap takes it to 76. This one, if you got in here at 53, fantastic trade. Coinbase, COIN. Another one that has run up that I think has some room to go. Doesn't mean I think it's a good brokerage, but it's a good business, is Robinhood. These guys make money based on trading. You can see back here on June 28th in the morning candle, you got to a high of 1052. You're back there at 1002 right now. I think $10 is your swing on this one these days. If we look at this and we bring this back to February of this year and we look at Robinhood, you can see this volume shelf right here at $10. That's the one jutting out. I think under $10 you buy it. I think over $10 you sell it. You're seeing a golden cross. Doesn't mean a lot with this one of recent because you see the golden cross here where it's selling at about $9.75. It goes up to about $10.82 and then it just falls. And it loses the golden cross. You get the death cross. This one's just hovering around this 200-day and 50-day. They're just crossing back up and down. So the golden cross here at $9.41, even though you're trading at $10.05, I think you buy it. I think you can ride it up to probably $10.80 with a nice 8% gain. That's kind of where I'm at. I think you double top out up here in the neighborhood of about $10.70, $10.80. Be careful with this one. Again, I think it's a shitty brokerage firm. I just don't like them, but they do very well. Mobile, I don't think anybody has a better mobile app than they do, but try and get your money out. That's the big thing. SOFI, we talked about SOFI continuing its run. I think you can buy this under 10. The court decision on student loans is coming up. I think the court says, hey, Biden probably can't waive student loans. These were loans that were taken out. It's Kathy Woods bought this one. It's a fairly conservative, Supreme Court. I don't know why they would say, okay, he has the power to waive tens of millions of dollars. It's Congress's job, not the president's. So, SOFI, I think this is good news for SOFI. And when payments resume in September, this one's probably a $15 stock, to be honest with you. PINS. PINS got an upgrade yesterday. And that's the reason for the big move in it. They got an upgrade and a target price movement up to $34 based on an Amazon partnership. I don't know anything about it. It covered the gap. Again, I said be careful about this one. Take your profits when you can. I think $30 is the top on this one. There's not much of a difference between now and $30. Start trimming your profits if you got in at 21. Most shorted stocks on Wall Street. Ralph Lauren. I think this is from My Weekly Stops. Ralph Lauren, Paramount, KMX, CCL, and Etsy. You can kind of look those up. Those are the most shorted stocks. Microsoft and ATVI, the Satya Nadella, the CEO and the Activision CEO, they testified yesterday. The deadline is July 18th. They are seeming super, super bullish about this. If it doesn't go through, Microsoft has to pay $3 billion to Activision. That's a rounding error for Microsoft. Don't be worried about them paying that. My mind, I think it goes through. I think the judge says, yeah, we're allowing it. People in the courtroom, from what I read yesterday, said they didn't make a fantastic argument. So just be careful of it. Micron, MU, they announced, they said they're bullish on chips. This one is up, down 4% in the market today. It was up pre-market about 5 or 6%. So the market seems to be taking a break. Let's see where we are. I don't think my Active Trader Pro is updating. Well, yeah, it looks like it. Looks like the NASDAQ is about even. The Dow is up 0.3 and the S&P is up 0.12. So Micron took a little dump. Pfizer was downgraded. PFE is the symbol. Pfizer downgraded with the price target of $40. If you get $40, which I do think that you get here, that's a good move. It's a nice 10% move. It's got no confirmation. You got a gap here between 37 and 38. Listen, you go back to pre-pandemic and you go to a weekly one. And we go to pre-pandemic here, October, let's see. It's hard to tell sometimes where here we go. $38 stock. You're just back to where you were pre-pandemic. It's a better company. Problem is the patents aren't great, blah, blah, blah. The other one that was downgraded that's in core portfolio is Disney. And I think I took Pfizer out of the core portfolio. But Disney's still in there. This one is down 0.55. I think you're putting in a bottom here about 88. That's the last time it kind of dumped out here. If you look at long term and we just look at a weekly stock, look at where this one's trading. This is trading in March of 2020 when parks were closed, when there was no Disney Plus. That's where it's trading. That's how low this one is. Now, it's still expensive. Come over here and you go to the PE. It's still 39 is PE, but its forward is 16. If you don't think Iger's going to actually perform this one and make it better, don't get in it. Over 1 year, you lose 8%. Year to date, you're up 1.27. Your target price is 118. 118. KeyBank basically said overweight sector. They moved it down. William from YouTube wants me to look at T-Mobile. Is it an opportunity after getting taken down with the Amazon Prime getting into that stuff rumor? Well, here is the 4 hour. It got you in at 131. It's at 136 with all of the momentum going for it. I think you at least cover this gap up to 138. Not sure you want to get in there. You've got another gap up here at 147. But your 50-day would have to move more towards your 200-day to get up there. And your 50-day is still negative. Trade the trend. The 9 and the 21 are positive. So in my mind, from a short-term basis, you have confirmation. From a long-term, you're still looking at negative. If we bring this from a short-term basis back to where it started to really take the dump, you're seeing there's more people trading here between 127 and 131. I mean, that's where the volume shelf is. Everybody was trading up here who might bring it back up. The next volume shelf that you're seeing is 140. So if you want to go from 136 to 140, I think that's where your next resistance level is. I absolutely think you cover this gap. It looks like the gap may go up to 140. I think you cover that gap. Is $4 enough for you? Here's the thing I know about cell phone service. It's a race to the bottom. These guys are spending an incredible amount of money. them, AT&T, and Verizon. Look at that RSI. That move from 131 to 136, percentage-wise, is not huge, but percentage-wise, you went from a 38 on the RSI up to 60, and you're almost overbought for that little move. AT&T, on the other hand, I think this just had a cross-up in the last couple of days. Yeah, 1581. You're at 1589. I mean, AT&T, T-Mobile's the leader. Everybody's gunning for them. AT&T's just got cost problems. The one that I like is Verizon. And the problem that you have with the Verizon, again, 34 to 36, that's a significantly bigger move than T-Mobile from 131 to 136, 34 to 36. You've almost got 10% here in Verizon. So pick your companies carefully. I think Verizon has a better opportunity. I like Verizon. I have Verizon service through Visible. Again, save $20 on your first month by clicking on the second link down here in the link tree. But Verizon owns Visible. It's got confirmation. I think it's moving back up here. You've got a positive trend on your 50-day. So that's where I would look at, William. T-Mobile. I have friends who have T-Mobile. They love T-Mobile. Scans. Apple has a scan, and I said this before. Apple has all the momentum to go to 200. I mean, look at that momentum right there. It's got confirmation. It's above it. I think you're going to 3 trillion. 190 something is 3 trillion. I think you're fine in this one. By the way, there were tons of scans, so I will include the scans in the newsletter. I'm just going over some highlights that I see. One that I saw that kind of blew my mind because it's been such a bad sector is XLE. XLE had a cross up here at $79.80. You're trading at $80 right now. XLE, the energy sector. So we talked about it earlier with Oxy, the 4 stocks, Devon, Oxy, Marathon, and CVX. Those are the 4 that StockTwits pointed out. I've got PXD, Exxon, MPLX, and Oxy in the core portfolio. Those are the energy stocks that I have in the core portfolio. And speaking of energy, KOLD, which is the inverse to Boyle. This one has a cross up, and this one looks interesting, 6103. With it beaten down there, could you come back to this gap at 72? I mean, maybe. KOLD is down 0.41. Remember, Boyle just went through their reverse split, and Boyle had a buy-in here at 53, but you're seeing that button hook, and it's coming down. You're seeing a high RSI, a high MACD that's coming down. You're seeing an RSI that went from 73 all the way down to 48. So you're in no man's land here. KOLD had a cross up. Inversely, we talked about real estate and REITs yesterday. DRN had a cross up here at $9.06. $9.05, $9.06. I got an alert. I posted it on the socials. $9.14 is where it's trading today. I think you have some confirmation there. I think you've got a positive 50-day. I think you still have a negative 200-day, but you got positive 21 and 9-day. You have confirmation there. I think it's a good play. I think it's a good one. SVIXY, just, the VIX is doing nothing. ARKW and ARKF. Let's look at ARKW because I like these two, and they just had cross-ups. And this ARKW is a secondary cross-up. You've gone from 48 down here May 5th all the way up to 58. I liked this one when it was under 50. And I believe I said on the podcast this year, I said when it's under 30 was unbelievable for this one. Completely undervalued. Under 50 was a good buy. A good buy. I mean, you went from, if you're still holding at 37, kudos to you at 58. This is back again to what I was used to with the ARKs. ARKF, I just bought PayPal the other day. I probably should have just bought ARKF. I don't know a lot about fintech. I do have some positions, a rather large position in Square, which is heavily negative. But $20.86, 86 cents. You're trading at 21. This one under 20 was a great buy. I think, again, 14, great buy. The ARK funds are back. The problem that you have now with these ARK funds, look at this one. The RSI is at 71. It's just overbought. Does that mean you don't buy it? No. I mean, if you like the ARC space, go ahead and buy it. Norwegian Cruise Line had a cross up. Tanger Outlets had a cross up. The cruises, CCL. If you didn't get in on CCL, Royal Caribbean, or is it CCL or Carnival? Yeah, it was Carnival. Carnival. When they announced earnings and they were strong, I said buy this in the 13 range. It dipped down 13 handle, 13.90. It got down to June 26th. You're at 17.39 right now. It's a great trade for what? 3 days? 3 days. So I included Robinhood, UPS, Melly. Tune into the newsletter. I'm at about 42 minutes. I like to keep this to about a half hour. If you have any questions, hit me up. If you like TrendSpider, I will bring this up again. TrendSpider is 50% off. Go to the link tree. Look down below if you're listening later. But there's this first link on the link tree. It says 25% off. It is 50% off for the July 4th weekend. If you click on that link, I will get your email address. You'll have to email me in order to get it. And the email's over here on the link tree too, just on the right-hand side. But you can email me and I will send you a welcome letter with all of the things that come by. If you want to do monthly, it is 50% off, $39.50 per month. You start a 7-day trial. $40. If you can't make, using TrendSpider, $40 in a month, you're not trading enough. TrendSpider is there to help you. Go and watch this video on TrendSpider. I will link it in the newsletter. Go and watch it. This one will be, it shows you some of the power of this one. But yeah, monthly, $39.50. Yearly, $32.50 a month. So you save $7 a month. But if you can't make $40 a month, you're not trading with a large enough portfolio in order to justify TrendSpider. It is something that I use absolutely every day. So any questions, hit me up. I will be back tomorrow. So have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Hey, VRO, I went over SGTX. SGTX, I think, is actually down from where it was. In pre-market, that was up. Oh, I got to turn that down. SGG was up near, I think, 30, 34 in pre-market. When it was first announced. It's trading at 25. Yeah, you missed the trade. Here. I'm going to bring you over to Active Trader Pro. What is GarageBand? What does it want? Oh. Let's bring you over here and we'll go to Bum, bum, bum. Let's go to a 5-minute. I don't like the 1 minute. Oh, come on. Come on, Active Trader Pro. There we go. Let's go to 2-day. So here's SGTX. It was announced that they were being bought by Eli Lilly. Boom! Off to the races. This got up to $38.48. So it's now at 25. It is a micro cap, losing $47 per share. I didn't figure out what the per share price of the purchase is. I am missing that. So, you know what? Sherry's told me to look at Fubo. Ooh, look at this one. I mean, you want to talk about impressive. That's been a great trade. Great trade on that one. I'm going to go over here and upload. I think SOXL, John, is the play. Honest to God, I think that's the best opportunity. I think looking at that TrendSpider video that I saw on Twitter, and Jason kind of going over long dated options, I think that's the play. But wait for, a good short-term entry point. Oh, ooh, my back is popping. Let's see. Bum 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 bum. I'm a boom. Okay. Oh. We're gonna copy. I'm gonna paste. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Affirmative action outlawed by the Supreme Court. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Six 29/23 and publish date now. No additional options. Okay, boom. Next. Okay, save. Next. Insert ad break. Somebody wrote the other day on Spotify, "You're crazy if you think I'm going to listen to ads." Sorry, dude. Do I charge you to listen to my podcast? No, it's free. Ads will just happen. I'm going to do let me go to YouTube. Yes. Volume will be absolutely light. Yeah. Absolutely. Tomorrow, I don't... I mean, who's going to be around on Friday trading? Wall Street's going to be in the Hamptons. Specifically in the afternoon. I don't know that there's any huge compelling reason to buy. In fact, I don't know that I'm buying today. I bought... Okay, let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I got to publish. I didn't publish yet. Publish. And we're going to take this. We're going to copy. And we're going to paste. Then I'm going to go to Canva. Yeah, Sherry, I was just looking at Fubo. I think it's on the screen. No. Penny, stop it. Fubo should be on the screen. Why does it still say Sedge? Oh, you know why? Properties. There we go. Fubo's on the screen. It's lost a lot in the last... Penny, you can't jump like that. I love you, but you can't. Ugh. For anybody worried, the little fucker is completely back to normal. Let me... Let me see. I may want to do a new AI post. Select. Copy. I'm going to move that up. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. Layer. Send backward. 629. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do. We're gonna. Oh, I gotta do the color. Oh, let's do this. Pro. Let's see. Everything's pro. I'll just put that on. Hopefully people get it. Download. Okay. Horrible graphic, but we'll see. I don't know that it's going to. Let's do this. We're gonna. Okay. And then upload thumbnail. Playlist, daily podcast recording, and then no, it's not made for kids. Next. Okay. It's public. Okay. Close. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way, if you're still here and you haven't yet. People are just listening. Streaming software, okay. Let's see. Home. I will have paid content, by the way, again this weekend on the newsletter. I know I said I wouldn't have paid content, but let me look at. Go to episode analytics. Audience retention. Median playtime, 41 minutes. Wow. Okay. TrendSpider is 50% off. Did Oxy hold up? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like energy's up about 1.5%. Oh boy, it's hot. I'm sweating in here. Okay, I think I'm going to get out of here. I'm sweating right now. I don't know why. Oof. Probably because Penny's jumping all around and I'm nervous. Ooh, Roblox under 40 again. Maybe that's the one I'm going to buy. But see, it doesn't. I mean, we're in at 41.38. Let me look real quick. Average target price is 42. I know I said under 40, but I mean, once it hits that 42, it just seems to bounce off. 3 things to know about Roblox. Let's see what this. What you have to realize is half these people are talking their book. Engagement is key metric for Roblox right now. I agree with that. There are real reasons to expect losses will shrink. I believe in that too. Innovation is critical to Roblox's future success. Absolutely. Roblox offers a nice balance right now. Stock valuation seems unattractive even following the recent price surge. Shares are valued at about 10 times annual sales, which is huge, which is right in the middle of the range that investors have seen over the past year. Sure, there's no room for valuation to shrink significantly if sales growth slows or if management's ambition plans to boost margins delayed. On the other hand, Roblox can easily earn that premium by simply continuing the positive momentum that investors are seeing. Yeah, I kind of agree with all this. Okay, I'm going to head out. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.